So the one big question many people want me to talk about in regards to upcoming video games, specifically Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4, is microtransaction and the loot boxes. Now, of course, the loot box thing is a rather touchy subject. If a lot of you don't know what it is, a lot of times you're essentially quote-unquote gambling into random boxes. These random boxes can be bought from anywhere from 99 cents in video games to multitudes of boxes for up to $50 to $100. And essentially these boxes are a blind prize grab. So you open a box and you get 3 or 4 items, and there is a small percent chance that you can get a rare item. And a lot of people get addicted to these naturally. Now, I myself do want to disclose, I've bought loot boxes for many video games. I'll put 10 bucks into it if I like the video game enough, and I'll get something. There's also microtransactions for video games, like Assassin's Creed, for example, where you can drop down $20 and you get a bunch of stuff for the brand new Assassin's Creed Origins. It helps you boost up a little. You get a special sword to make things easier, to make the game a little bit more enjoyable. For someone like myself that doesn't have time, I find that to be a great convenience, so I can get through the game and move on to the next one and do more work and hang out with my family. And I definitely know a lot of people that are my age that do the same thing. So I in no way condemn microtransactions. Loot boxes, I am 100% against in a lot of games because of the way they treat them, but I do think that there is a valid need for them in some products. A full $60 game that you're supposed to get complete on day one, and then you get gypped out of it, like Star Wars Battlefront 2, that's a complete other question, where everything in the game is based around these loot cards and loot boxes that are supposed to help you level up. Well, if you can just drop $100 and get all the best gear, that gives you a pretty easy advantage, right? Now, going into Spider-Man on PlayStation 4, do I have a fear against loot boxes and microtransactions? And honestly, I don't. And here's why. If you look at more recent games from Sony that have been on their console, it looks like Horizon Zero Dawn was supposed to have something like that, and they completely ripped it out, but kept those in there so you can just collect stuff and unlock them in the game. And I think Sony is smart enough not to put that in there because it draws bad attention. Now, at the same time, if they were to include it, and all they did was include shortcuts to suits or something like that, which you can still get in the game, like let's say, for example, you're collecting money or experience points or ability points or whatever throughout the game, right? Or some sort of special currency. Let's call it the unlock currency. And you need 100,000 to unlock the black symbiote spider. And hypothetically, it's going to take a playthrough and a half, or a playthrough with a bunch of side missions, or maybe a bunch of the side missions in half the game to unlock that suit. Then that's cool. You can do that willy-nilly, do it all yourself, and you unlock it. That's great. If they give me the shortcut to be able to buy that suit for $5, then that should be an option for someone like me that maybe doesn't want to have to go and play all this time and grind through all of it because I just want the cool thing there, because I just don't have the time, or my friend might not have the time. I mean, I'm going to play the game 100%, believe me, you guys should know this. I mean, how much have I played of The Witcher? Probably over 1,000 hours of Witcher 3, so, I'm definitely not shy about spending good time on a good game. But if there is an ability to, let's say, offer people, hey, you can unlock every costume for $29.99, then make that an option, Or have people just play the game and collect points and do side missions and do various other activities around the city, which I've already talked about in the side missions thing, and unlock their own suits. Then that's cool too. But the problem I think we will run into is if they introduce loot boxes that work like this. Okay, so buy this loot box for $5. You get 3 boxes. In these 3 boxes, one is guaranteed to be an epic item. What's an epic item consist of? Well, you can get web shooters that shoot 15% faster, or you can get an epic face shell or face mask that can help you sense further away, or quick time events that are based around your whole spidey sense that give you an extra 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds. That's like gambling, right? Because you don't know what you're going to get. You might get that, you might not. And if that's locked only behind these boxes, or a lot of coins that you have to get throughout the normal game, then that could be a problem, right? So I don't think they're going to put them in, and if they do put them in, I hope it's just suit unlocks. So I hope that answers your guys' question.